Alexander Ovechkin.
And Parisi with that magical moment to send it to overtime in Vancouver. Magnificent gold medal final there. This is a magnificent hockey game here. And Quick was off to the bench.
Now, what's the referee called here? It's going to give a very late penalty here if that's on the Russian bench. Let's have a look and see what's happened here. It's involving Medvedev.
Medvedev, yeah. Well, the drama continues because with 1:32 to go, the U.S. is going to see this out. Interference call on Medvedev. The U.S. going to see out the rest of the third period and maybe a portion of overtime on the power play.
Can you imagine the noise in here if America score a power play goal now? Can you imagine what it's going to be like in here? I'm going to be hiding under the desk in about 90 seconds.
Well, the guy with the drum behind us will be going, he'll be going for it. But a smart coaching play by Dan Wildsma there. Use your timeout now, 2-2. You've got the man advantage. Get the whiteboard out, draw up a few set plays, and also give Patrick Kane and some of your star players a bit of a breath. Give them a little bit of a break and be set for this onslaught on the power play, because they know they might have dodged a bullet there with that net being off. It could easily be 3-2 right now. You don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, so you want to take advantage of this power play opportunity now with Medvedev in the box for interference.
And when it comes on the ice, say to Dustin Brown, do not get a penalty, all right? Just don't. We have a 5-on-4 here and a great chance. Kessler's out there. They got the shot they're looking for. It's gone through traffic again. It's just too many bodies in front of it for it to really sneak its way through. Those can sometimes take a deflection or a bobble. Parise out to Patrick Kane. Kane to McDonough. Pavelski, goalie's got it. 1:44 remaining on the penalty, which of course, if we go into overtime, will be carried into overtime.
Well, it's a great situation for Team USA, dodging that bullet, and that's hockey, isn't it? That's the momentum shifts. It looks like Russia's up 3-2. Nets off its moorings. USA has new life.
Now, Kirk managed to set something up. They're looking for a way through. Oh, that was going to sneak in there, and I think quite a few people behind that net did as well. Trying to blow it out, they were. Pavelski for the US, but that's going to be whacked all the way down the ice for a few more valuable seconds taken off this American power play, and more relief for the Russians. Pavelski waiting for Kane to arrive. Kane is flying through. A little tracer bullet, but again, they'll get a shot on net on Jonathan Quick. As you see in one of the women's games, Shannon Zabados had a similar thing, where she almost let the puck go astray, but no problems for Jonathan Quick. Quick, the Americans need to be right now with David Backes to Ryan Suter. Backes is now going right back in. He's going to make life really difficult for both defenseman and goalie. But he's also actually next to shield to the shot from Phil Kessel, who gets about halfway. Last few seconds, we are going OT if they can't score here. And we are going to overtime at 2-2. After 60 minutes play, we have some more. Another 5 minutes, we'll go 4-on-4 here, which means 4-on-3 from the Russian point of view, because they serve a man in the box for 29 seconds. And if we don't get it resolved in 5, it's penalty shots. 2-2 it is at the end of regulation time here at the Bolshoi. It's sudden death here at the Bolshoi. Next goal wins it, but if the 5 minutes comes and goes, it will be penalty shots, like we don't see too often in Olympic ice hockey, but we did see it between the Canadians and the Swiss 4 years ago. We have about 2 minutes before we restart here, so we have a chance to evaluate what happened there. And I think we just probably, as we have a bit of time, need to clear up that what we thought was a 3-2 goal for Russia. Now, if Jonathan Quick took the net off its moorings, surely he should be penalized for that.
Yeah, you can't intentionally knock the net off. It's a delay of game, right? But what the referees have decided is that it was situational. He's coming across to make a save. The net gets knocked off. It wasn't fully knocked off. That was the problem. If the net was fully off, the play would have stopped. The shot would have never happened. But that rubber peg, you could see it was strained to the absolute maximum of its abilities, holding on. It was spread. The net was off by a marginal fraction. They had to look at it. They had to call it down, because in the rule book, if the net is off, a goal cannot be allowed. I'm sure they would have looked at it, but they said it was situational and that he was making a save. When we first saw it, they thought that it hit the crossbar. It certainly was in. Fantastic shot. Back bar. Net was off. But this place, the roof came off the place. The party was starting for the Russian fans, so the air came out of it a little bit, and now the USA, there's the Pavelski goal. The USA have a power play, and this is what happened on their last power play. Joe Pavelski, the San Jose Shark, made no mistake at all. And certainly the U.S. would like a replay of that. This is Datsuk, power play goal of his own, and Radulov with the big screen. Excellent shot. You see the torque on that stick, and Quick was looking through a sea of legs there. The captain, he's done it all today. 2 goals. The magic man.
Not so magical for the man who's sitting out for 2 minutes as Medvedev, because the interference call does carry over into extra time. 29 seconds remaining on that power play for the Americans. It now becomes a 4-on-4 regulation, but of course we have the power play, so it's 4-on-3. Overtime at the Bolshoi. USA 2, Russia 2 after regulation, but no twist in the tail going into this 5 minutes of overtime. It's 4-on-4. Normally it's 4-on-3 at the moment because the Russians have a man in the box. Can the Americans make it count? Suter is trying to make it count. Got a decent shot, but they all have, because they play in the NHL, and you don't get away without having a decent shot. They're just trying to be a bit too fancy. Captain will escort the puck away from danger and follow it up. Oh, Jonathan Quick, you were so lucky to get away with a second phase play there. Datsuk so nearly capitalized, and that would have been his hat-trick, and it would have been game over. Next goal count, of course, could be penalties yet, but we're a little way away from that. Evgeny Malkin going to take a long, long way round, be escorted that way by Ryan Suter. Voinov. Malkin. Does it bounce off the boards before playing it forward? Kovalchuk is there. Any pressure on Cam Fowler? There's plenty of pressure on Cam Fowler. Ryan Suter. Fowler. Here's Kessel. Offside. And we've had 1:11. 4-on-4 now.
Russians kill off that penalty. But look at this. Rebound control so important. Datsuk gets on his horse, just dumps it in to take some ticks off the clock. Nearly forces it in to the net there. You're right, Quick. Very lucky there. Lazy rebound.
31-30. It is that tight. USA just in front. 2-2. USA, Russia. 3:43 remaining in overtime. Next goal does it. The game will be over. Whoever scores, Ovechkin tries and bounces off the legs of Cam Fowler, which worked well for the Americans, so they're able to clear the zone. Paul Martin holds on, waits a little while, just hopes that Parise can drive the net. The puck goes behind the net. Parise will now take his shot in front of the net with Ryan Kessler. Kessler now is going to take a change, as is Cam Fowler. They're going to change personnel. It's very difficult on 4-on-4. You've got to get your line change right, or else you're exposed terribly. 3 minutes and counting as of now. Crowd again trying to raise the expectations and the spirits and the accuracy of someone like that who doesn't need it, because his accuracy has been absolutely spot on today. Emelin. And here's a breakaway with Patrick Kane. This to win it for the Americans. Oh, good save, Sergei Bobrovsky. Probably not the best shot for Patrick Kane. Had options either side. Trying to go 5-hole. Not successful. Datsuk at the other end. This is what 4-on-4 hockey is all about. It is wide open. And Kane maybe can have another chance. Sousa smothered into the boards, which means that there is a spare American, but they're going to make changes now. Very quick line change required for the States. Cam Fowler is back on again. Kessel is back on again. Shattenkirk as well. Back for defensive duties. Don't want to pick up a penalty either. That's the other thing in OT. 2 minutes remaining on overtime. Count Fowler will break out with Kessel. Kessel going to go coast to coast. Lets one go well wide. Oletag rebound. Arrives back with David Backes. Oh, can be careful. Backes getting a bit physical in the corner. Lucky to get away with that. Puck had gone. He was getting involved in a bit of a wrestling match, but the crowd won a penalty, and actually I think they've got a case.
He was absolutely chopping down on Markov there right in front of the official, and it wasn't once, it was 2 or 3. Here's the chance now. Kane, one of the game breakers for the USA, an absolutely wonderful save by Sergei Bobrovsky. Obviously sudden death here, there's no margin for error. Fantastic situational save from the Russian netminder.
It's what not always how many thinking of. What was Backes thinking of there?
That's silly, isn't it? Like, I liked his play in the second period when he was physical for the right reasons, but cross-checking down across the back of a prone opponent makes no sense at all in overtime, right in front of the referee.
Well, I suppose he works on the basis of the referee's probably called grievous bodily harm, and that was pretty close to it, to be absolutely honest, with Backes, but he gets away with it. And the Americans may get a chance to stream forward with McDonough again. Neutralize. Who's going to get there first? Martin will, but can't go forward. Has to go backwards under pressure from Anasimov. Martin just work it clear. The story would be for Ryan Kessler taking that knock earlier on in the arm. He's back in there. It's just a storybook, a real kind of boy's own story if he could manage to turn this one on its head. Americans behind, remember. Then they were in front. 2-2. Last 50 seconds as they were gone from Ovechkin, kicked out by Jonathan Quick. Got a lot of distance on that kick out as well, which he needed to. Back with Shattenkirk. We are looking very much like we are heading for penalty shots. Suter, unless there's a last twist and turn, and it might come from Joe Pavelski, or it might come from Patrick Kane or Pavelski, and this is going to get rough in and around the net.
Patrick Kane with 2 fantastic opportunities, and you know what? When you're a kid and you're dreaming about playing in a Stanley Cup that's a great save there. Ovechkin brought the heat. And here's Kane again. When you're dreaming about playing in a big game, you dream about a breakaway like that. He's had 2 pretty good chances, including the breakaway. Bobrovsky shuts the door. Fantastic effort from the Russian netminder.
27.8 seconds is accurate timing in ice hockey. We go down to the 10th of a second, so if it's scored on the buzzer, it will count. It would like to be America's goal than Russia's. The Parker's position right now. That is, of course, if Joe Pavelski wins it. That's how much they want to win this face-off. Pavelski and Datsuk just didn't want to put their sticks on the floor at the right time. 39-30. The Americans are edging it in that department as well. Pavelski, crash, and the Russians have a chance to charge here with Radulov. But he atoned for those 2 power play goals that were conceded while he was in the box. 18 seconds. The Americans want to hold it in. They want to go to penalties, it seems. They think they can do something on penalty minutes. They can get a last quick breakout here. No, they won't. Point off, and that's going to go up into the stop. Letting they land on the referee's head. 6.2. That's is awkward. And I think the Russians are going to think about a timeout. No, I think they're just going to try and work their magic, try and work it around and get the, in effect, the power play line on now to see if they can find a way through. Well, they're going to put Kovalchuk out there. And they're going to put Markov as well. Crash the net if they can. Jonathan Quick releases it. That'll be it. That's done and dusted. Not as far as this game is concerned, though. We have some more twists and turns and some more possibilities here, because period number 4 in effect did not produce a winner. 2-2 at normal time, 2-2 after overtime, and those dreaded penalties are heading our way. United States 2, Russian Federation 2 after overtime. Penny for your thoughts, coaches. The thing you cannot, the only thing you can influence here is who you send out on the ice. Now, you'll remember, being a Canadian, the penalty shootout in Nagano, where the greatest ice hockey player possibly of all time, Wayne Gretzky, did not take a penalty shot, and the Canadians went out.
The biggest head scratcher perhaps of all time for plenty of Canadian hockey fans. How do you have Ray Bourque, a defenseman, ahead of Wayne Gretzky, for example? But it's all in selection and how they practice this in training. You know, Bilesma and Billy Letnoff will have a feel to who is up to the challenge. I mean, you're going to see Datsuk, there's no doubt about that. You're going to probably see Kane with a chance to end it there. But here's the thing, right? The goaltenders have both played excellent.
Going to resurface the ice as well, just let our colleagues know around the world and people here in Sochi, because they are going to resurface, I think, just the center of the ice. They're only going to do between the goals, so it's not going to be a full ice resurface, but they are going to just do the little strip between the two blue areas.
It's just actually, yeah, the shooting area.
So a little bit of water being put on there. Who would you choose? Right, okay, you are the respective coaches here. What do you look for in a penalty taker? What attributes are there for somebody in a penalty shot contest?
Ice in the veins, especially at this level, because you could have a guy who's wildly skilled but doesn't step up to the mark very good. I think you look at Kane, Kessel, Parise, at the other side of the coin. Malkin, Ovechkin, Datsuk, the list goes on. There's an embarrassment of riches on both sides. And I had mentioned before the Zambonis came out to resurface that both goalies had played excellent. But you made a good point. Do the U.S. freeze the puck, or do they think it's better to instead moving forward to try and waste the rest of this 20 seconds? Because, you know, Jonathan Quick has been considered the best goalie in the game for a few years now.
Here come all the goals.
Datsuk, absolutely unbelievable. Breakaway speed, buries that one. Here's the power play goal. Kessel, who we mentioned, will probably take a penalty shot. Cam Fowler, Anaheim Ducks, sneaks in, gets a power play goal there. That was the Pavelski power play goal, and you can tell by his reaction what this means to the Americans. Datsuk on the power play now. 5-hole there, good screen in front by Radulov. And then we had the breakaway, which we thought, and the Americans across from us in our position thought would possibly end it, because let's be honest, if you had a tenner on Patrick Kane to score on a breakaway, you'd probably win that bet. But Sergei Bobrovsky's been great, and Varlamov was good in the first game for Russia. So, you know, they're looking at both their goalies. Certainly both guys could play at this level, but Bobrovsky certainly with that moment has probably earned another start.
No. The American contingent, of which there are quite a lot, but heavily outnumbered. I mean, this holds what is about 12,000, I would imagine. 90%, 95%. There's some neutrals in here who just came for a good game, and they have got a good game. It took a little while to get going. First period, I'm thinking this is not quite what we expected, but somebody lit the blue touch paper in the second period, and we stood well back.
There was a feeling out process in the first period, and there was a sequence of play where the U.S. was certainly feeling a little bit timid. You know, in Russia's backyard, they were trying to weather a storm. They knew the Russians would come out flying. They did, but for their part, the USA didn't start to bring the aggressive forecheck and the aggressive play in the neutral zone until about halfway through the second period. Once they started doing that, we settled into a really nice back and forth goal.
We are ready for penalties. Looks like TJ Oshie is going to be the first to take it. Now, we have goalies at respective ends. They are not going to use one goal. They use both goals. And TJ Oshie is the first to go for the US. Interesting choice.
He's known for having ice in his veins and for being calm, so that would be a reason that Bilesma would look to him.
TJ Oshie, first of the 3 penalty shots. And it'll be sudden death if he doesn't score, but he does. Drills it, bottom. left-hand corner as we look. Right hand for the goalie. And America have a tick up on the scoreboard.
What a move. He actually bobbled the puck there on the fringe of the cut ice there. Responded nicely and buries it 5-hole. Nothing to be done there by Bobrovsky.
First of the Russian penalty shots. Evgeny Malkin.
No surprise there, right?
Malkin, is going wide. He's going to try and go in from an angle and trying to put it well wide. I never understand on penalty shots why people want to go right across the right-hand side. You've got to get it back under control. And when you do that, surely you're out of position.
Well, and you got to give credit to Quick there. He gets a piece of it. But you're coming in from the side. There's that whole philosophy. You just go with speed.
Go direct, go with speed, and be as accurate as you can with the shot rather than try and do the fancy stuff and maneuver your way around. Van Riemsdyk for the USA. 1-0 they lead in the penalty shootout. Evgeny Malkin having missed his. Van Riemsdyk taking his time, but a pad save from Bobrovsky, and Van Riemsdyk is denied his penalty shoot.
He sells it right here, tries to buy the fake, goes outside. Great blocker save by Bobrovsky.
All right, still advantage America because they've scored the only one. But Pavel Datsyuk scored 2 goals in regulation. Can he add to his complete endorsement by the nation by scoring a penalty shot? No, he can't. Jonathan Quick makes the save. So the equation is very simple. Next shot could win it.
Now, comparison to the Malkin chance, he comes in with speed and really made Quick have to make a big save there, whereas when Malkin came in, it was a little easier for Quick.
Over to you, Joe.
No pressure.
Joe Pavelski. This for an American victory in the penalty shootout. They've scored 1. If they score 2, it's USA who win the game. No, just wanted to be too casual, too carefree, not decisive or incisive enough. But now the tension switches to Russia.
If he doesn't pull the snowplow there, he had Bobrovsky 5-hole, but he shut down the brakes and tried to stick handle around him.
Ilya Kovalchuk. Now at St. Petersburg with the SKA team in the NHL. Kovalchuk to send us to sudden death penalties. It does! Drift it, blast it, escorts it, coerces it into that left-hand corner of Jonathan Quick's net. And we're not done yet.
Clutch, because if he doesn't score there, the USA win. Goes glove side, beats him clean. Did you see the look that he gave the crowd up here?
You love me?
The intensity right now is incredible at the Bolshoi Ice Dome. I tell you what, the fans here in Sochi being treated to a magnificent game. And it only gets better now.
Yeah, and things change around because Russia get to go first now. And, well, if you have a person who's as good as Kovalchuk on the puck, why would you not put him back in for more? And here he is. Can he make it a 2-timer on penalty shots? No, he can't. Did expertly well, elegantly taken. One that he converted.
Comes in here with speed. Wrist shot, just misses it. Looked like he had Quick beat low, just wide. Over
to the American who has scored. Knows how to do it. Has done it once. The referee waiting to get the signal that we're ready to go. Oshie wants to go as soon as he can. He knows how he scored it the first time. He's just taking a very, very slow, meandering skate. Oshie doesn't score. And the agony continues. If you're a Russian fan or a USA fan, you want this settled. You want this nailed. But the man who scored early on could not do it this time. Why did he go so slowly?
Absolutely gulfs it there. He had the whole top shelf, just put it high.
All right, next up, next cab on the rank is the captain. Yeah, I may have failed once, but that was an error, all right? That was just a little blip. Datsuk scores off the pads of Jonathan Quick.
Wasn't going to miss again, was he?
So, for the first time in the shootout, gloves are on the ice now. They're going to have to get rid of those. I think some of the fans think it's already won.
What a move there. Quick got a piece of it, hangs his head skyward as he knew he had a piece.
Some debris on the ice. Won't affect the penalty shot because it's behind where TJ... They put TJ Oshie in again. Wow.
Well, once you pick your three, you've got to go with that.
That's true. That's true. Here we go. Now, again, slow, steady, build up. This got to go in. It does. That was very, very calm, cool and collected from TJ Oshie. We've had 5 penalty shots. We've seen 2 converted by either side, which means we carry on.
That puck nearly got away again from TJ. I told you he had ice in his veins because he appears to just be out for a Sunday stroll there on these. Pressure situation comes through, though. Give him full marks.
Welcome back to the arena. Ilya Kovalchuk to put the Russians back in front. Oh, can he? Yes, he can. Karito. Sudden death. That means the Americans have to respond. They're going to put Oshie back in again? We'll see.
Drops the shoulder and actually just lofted that up. Wonderful hands, soft hands. And wow, he's earning his stars and stripes today as TJ Oshie.
I've got to say, this is almost like Chinese water torture. You've got to go through this again and again and again. TJ Oshie needs to score this time or it's Russian victory. It's in. Oh, look at his face. Look at their faces. They're all kind of... Has that gone in? Has he crossed the line? Or are we out? No, you're not. You're still in. Well, that wasn't the best penalty shot you'll ever see.
Bar down. The calmness there, I mean, it's just like they're at practice having a little bit of a showdown. Oshie with a big smile, certainly performing well here in the penalty shootout.
All right, let's have just 2 people doing the penalty shootout, shall we? Pavel Datsuk again, the captain, to put Russia in front again, or to let the Americans score. Good save, Jonathan Quick anticipated. Well, he's seen enough of Datsuk in a penalty shootout situation now. He knows pretty much what he's going to do. He hasn't really changed his style on this at all.
Comes in with speed, tries to go 5-hole. Quick stands his ground. And overtime continues.
It's called Oshie time now.
Oshie time.
Ready to go. Now, if he scores this time, as he has done on 2 occasions, it is America who take the win. Slow and steady does it for Oshie. Oh, no! We carry on. Because Bobrovsky got a piece of it. And away it went. That was shot number 7. Both missing. We go to shot number 8.
Fantastic active stick here. Gets the paddle on it. Fantastic net minding here in the penalty shootout. I mean, that's at speed to get the paddle across like that. That's all world.
Ilya Kovalchuk is the next to take the Russian penalty shot. And Jonathan Quick anticipates well. Kovalchuk was trying to go upstairs. In the end, he couldn't get the elevation on he was looking for. And it went straight into the path of Jonathan Quick.
Drops the shoulder there, sells it, comes across. Fantastic extension across the crease by Quick. This is...
You heard hammer time. Well, this is Oshie time, because here he is again. TJ from St. Louis is going to go about as far wide as he can before bringing it back again. TJ Oshie scores! And America have the win. Penalty shot number 8 converted by TJ Oshie, who took half of their penalty shots. And that is pressure right there and then. And the man didn't wilt. He was up against some of the best that Russia could throw at him, as indeed was Jonathan Quick. And ultimately, their hero It's the 27-year-old who was part of their World Championship team last year, America. It's a bit of a step up in class and a step up in pressure because he has got the winning penalty shot.
What a moment for TJ Oshie. 5-hole. He had come in, he'd done several different looks, the juking and the jiving right here. Certainly Bobrovsky thinks he's going to pull another deke.